Flexibility in use will accommodate a wide range of individual preferences and abilities. So we want to make sure we provide choices and methods of use, accommodating right-handed or left-handed access. This sink at the vanity has a lever handle and it's centered on the center of the sink, where in our previous slide we had two handles. So a left-handed person would have to use both hands or use one hand in here or vice versa. Where if we have a single handle faucet with a lever, anyone can grab it from either side just as comfortably. And with a lever, you can use any part of your body to manipulate that control. So you can turn the water on, you can turn the water off, you can change its temperature by moving it side to side. Also in this bathroom, I am showing a bench that is folded up against the wall in this image. And that allows for flexibility of users, because if you have a user who needs to sit down while they're showering, it could be age, it could be walkability, it could simply be you've got the flu, you have a headache, you've got a migraine, you need to sit down, but the shower and the steam are going to help you out. Go ahead and fold that bench down and sit on it, and you can reach all the controls. The hand shower is on a slide bar, so we can bring it up and down to the user's height. And the shampoo niche was within reach, so it is easy to bathe yourself fully. Now at the same time, it's flexible. What if a basketball player were to come into this house? You can flip up that seat. You can have a little more elbow room, a little more leg room. You can still access all the exact same things that a person sitting can access. And grab bars go around the perimeter of this room. So as you're stepping into this shower, there's a safe handhold all the way through. Now I see a comment here about sliding shower doors. This does have a sliding shower door. And one thing I want to point out is that the towel bar on the outside of the door is horizontal and the handle on the inside is vertical. Now, it used to be in shower doors, we could do a towel bar horizontal, both inside and outside of the shower door, and it's no longer, we've realized it's no longer safe, because what happens when someone is having a fall, they're more likely to grab a horizontal surface to catch their fall. And as we all know, glass is not a safe bet to support your weight in the middle of a fall. So this grab bar over here becomes your natural tendency versus grabbing the unsafe towel bar, which would have been on that shower glass. Flexibility in use also facilitates a user's accuracy and precision, and it provides adaptability to the user's pace. In this kitchen by Irma, we have cabinets down below facing the dining room side. So we've increased storage in this tiny kitchen. So we have flexibility in use. This is where you're going to put your holiday platters and extra dishes when you're not on your everyday. But also in this kitchen, you can see how important under cabinet lighting is and the significant impact it has on a space. We want you cutting your food and not your fingers. And so while we could get away with just lighting on the ceiling, it creates a shadow from behind you. And now you have shadows in your handprint because your body covers the majority of where you're going to be cutting. And therefore you have more likelihood of getting hurt and injured. Simple and intuitive use. Use of the design is easy to understand regardless of the user's experience, knowledge, language skills, or current concentration level. We want to eliminate unnecessary complexity and be consistent with user expectations and intuition. So for this one, we have a range that has knobs that you turn. And actually, I'm going to go back one more slide. In this kitchen here, we also have knobs, but this is an induction cooktop. And a lot of times induction is a great technology. It will turn itself off if it feels like the bottom of a hot pot or a hot kettle has gotten too hot and it feels like it's dangerous. It will turn off. If you have left the tea kettle running and it's steaming, it'll turn off when it's time, and it just knows that this isn't safe, we need to do it. but also for people who maybe aren't forgetful, but they have children in their family. When you take that hot pot off, if a child comes over and accidentally touches the top of this cooktop, they're not going to burn themselves. They're going to feel a really warm sensation, but they're not going to get burned to the point where you have to go to the ER. So yes, they'll learn hot. It is not it still has the deterrent of this is hot, I shouldn't touch this. But at the same time, you know that that first touch is not going to harm your family. And in this one, sometimes we need to stay more simple, where we have the knob that turns, but you'll get with the gas, you'll get the click, click, click. You'll hear, and sometimes there's also a light on the knob. You'll have another feedback that says, this range is still on. I know there's still something going on here. And a lot of times for homeowners who are not computer comfortable, it does not even have to do with computer savvy. It's just computer comfortable. If you're not comfortable with all the digital technology that's out there, play it safe, do what's right for you and your family. Another thing to be noticing is you're going to notice this in most of the photos that almost all the time when we have doors, we want to have the handle vertical. And the reason for that is you can easily grab, and it's on one side of the door or the other, so your brain knows, grab it with your right hand if it's on the left, and you pull to the right. Grab it with your left hand if it's on the right, and pull it to your left. When it's a drawer, being horizontal means you simply put your hand in, you don't even have to grab, and same with this way, and you just pull straight. So it gives you sort of a brain fart moment. You're able to use your kitchen without having to think about it. Nobody wants to need a user's manual for their kitchen. We want to accommodate a wide range of literacy and language skills, and this might be going from English to Chinese to Spanish. It might simply be you have a toddler in your life who hasn't even developed their language skills fully. You want to make sure that there is consistent information, that things are arranged within importance so they can figure it out and feel good about themselves. In these photos, this is the same bathroom. It's a family bathroom in Oakland. And we have a simple control. This is called a pressure balance valve. You grab the handle, you rotate it in the direction that you're going to go cold to hot. You find your the temperature that you're comfortable with. It comes out of the tub spout. It's nice and easy. And then when you're ready for it to come out of the shower head, you simply push the button with any part of your body. Now, what you're not going to do once you've pushed that button is go from shower back to tub, unless you turn the water all the way off and all the way back on again. But that's not how most people use this. So this allows for anyone to be able to turn on the water safely. Guests coming into a home, this is the least complicated system. Everyone knows how to use this shower faucet. We have a grab bar here as you step into the tub. So whether it is about your physical body needing a shower and you can't step over things or not, I found that when my daughter was about 3 or 4, she would grab the grab bars in our bathtub. And that actually helped me so much, because as the soapy water drained, you see all the bubble bath bubbles still on the bottom of the floor of the tub, and it's super slippery. So she could hold on and give me just enough time to grab the towel, wrap it around her, and pick her up out of the tub safely. So universal design, you can see, is not about how old any one person is. In the photo on the right, we give this child a little autonomy by putting a rope hook down lower so they can hang their towel back up when they are done, or they can take it off. They feel good because they've learned some independence. And who doesn't want to feel good? It has nothing to do with the age. Again, we all want to make sure that we feel like we can be in control of some part of our lives. And the last part on simple and intuitive use, I have an example of a laundry room. Because if you have one of the newer washer and dryers, talking about feedback is really important. So we want to provide effective prompting and feedback during and after the task completion. And washers and dryers are the best at this. They will have a chime when you push the power button on. They also have lights that change when you've selected your mode. So it's no longer a knob that you see a little dial and you're not quite sure if it's on the right thing or not. Also, when it is done with its cycle, it will chime. And my washer and dryer sings a longer song. And same with our microwave. If it thinks that we've forgotten the food in the microwave, it will beep again. And the dishwasher and everything else, they have lights, they have sound, they have different ways of giving you feedback so you know when you are ready to move on to the next thing safely. Perceptible information. The design communicates necessary information effectively to the user regardless of ambient conditions or the user's sensory abilities. So we want to use different modes, pictorial, verbal, and tactile, for redundant presentation of essential information, a lot like that feedback we just talked about with the washer and dryer. We want to provide adequate contrast between essential information and its surroundings. Here again in this kitchen, you can see this deep navy blue cabinetry in contrast with a white countertop. Now I wear glasses, I am wearing contacts this morning, and early in the morning, I can't handle a lot of light, so I usually have the lights dimmed. My contacts or glasses might not be on yet. I'm just going to get a drink of water in the middle of the night. It could be anything of that nature. You want to be able to tell when you put that glass back down on the countertop that it's going to land on the countertop and not on the floor. And high contrast will allow you to see that more clearly. Another thing is here in the redundancy of information, we talked about those drawer pulls and the cabinet door pulls. You can see here again, horizontal and vertical. It makes it redundant. It makes it easier. So my friends who are less sighted than I am can actually touch the cabinet and be sure that they know they've touched a door or a drawer and know which way to open it without feeling encumbered in any way. We also have our wall cabinets are in a different color from our base cabinets. This helps with visual perception, but it also helps with brightening up the room and making you feel good about your tiny space. There are different, we want to differentiate elements in ways that can be described. So for example, we want to give easy instructions or directions. If you were to walk into this bathroom and there were no handles here on these mirrors, you wouldn't know what to do. You would think that they were simply mirrors. But because we put handles on these mirrors, again, in the spots where we wanted them to be, you know there's something behind there. I can go ahead and open up this door and look, lo and behold, there's storage. This is why the vanity isn't cluttered. We have created space to be able to hide the necessities and also bring them up where it's a reachable place. You don't have to bend over to get to your toothbrush, your toothpaste, your makeup, whatever it happens to be. We want to maximize legibility or readability of essential information. We want to provide compatibility with a variety of techniques or devices used by people with sensory limitations. So in this bathroom, for example, we have a dark border running around the bathroom. And you probably noticed this in some of the other bathrooms I've shown you. This border actually helps to balance you out and find your equilibrium. So if you've taken a really hot shower and you feel like you're going to pass out, this is a perfect way to adjust your body. It will help you balance long enough to go and find a safe seat to finish cooling off and regrouping. Maybe you have the flu. Maybe you just naturally have tendencies to lean to one side or the other. Other perceptible things in this shower include the shampoo niche, which has a very different background on the border, on the back of the niche. And this is so you can tell where to put your shampoo back or where to put your soap back when you've washed all over. There's also a mirror here which we've bordered, and the difference here is that the mirror reflects your face when you're standing in this space. So if you are having sight issues, for me, I can't shower with glasses or contacts. I don't know anyone who can without having issues. Doing this makes it clear that this is the place I'm going to put my shampoo, not this place right here. I want to point out one other thing about this is the flooring material here. We want to make sure that our flooring is slip resistant or non-slip. So we want to make sure that nobody is falling due to hydroplaning, water, soapiness underneath anyone's feet.